I keep hearing a lot of people on TikTok saying that if we as human beings or if we as American citizens, we can all come together. We can change the generation. We can change the frequency. No, 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 no. We don't need the whole entire world. We don't need all of the citizens. And it would be good if that could happen. It would be good. It would be good. Because it would make a great impact on our country and the way that it rotates. But we already know, living in the reality that we're in, everybody is not going to be on the same accord. Everybody is not going to believe in what you believe in. They're not going to have the same ideas or opinions. So you know that that aspect is never going to happen, right? What people that is giving out this information, what they're not telling you is that we ourselves, our own individual selves, we can change the dynamics of our reality. All we have to do is know that it is us and us alone. It is you against this reality. It is you against this world. It is you against the program, right? So what you have to do is you have to match your spirit and your soul and get your soul to be in alignment with your spirit. So that case, your soul and your spirit is focused on what it needs to focus on. If your spirit is focused on your higher self, but your soul is still focused on the world and what it needs to be done here, you are not in alignment because you're going to always be in a tug of war. But if you can get your soul and your spirit as well as your physical self to be in alignment with one thing, it's only going to go one way. You understand? But if you got your mind, if you got your mind looking at TV, but your soul is focused this way and your spirit is focused that way, you are going to be all over the place and you are not going to know where to look at. But if you can get your soul and your spirit and your physical body and mind to focus on one thing, you are going to excel and you are going to see that, and your reality is going to be based on that. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need the whole world to do this with you. All you need is you and you alone. So understand that your spirit and your soul is two different things, but they work together. It's just that your spirit sees all things. Your spirit knows all things and it guides you. Your soul actually sees what it sees, and it is going to push you to fulfill what the soul needs. But the spirit sees what the soul needs, but the spirit knows that the soul might not need that. So when you are talking about your spirit and your soul, you got to identify which one is actually awakening you up. Because your soul is attached to your desires. Your spirit is not attached to anything. It is attached to its higher self and who it really is. So all we have to do as human beings is match our soul and our spirit and our body and mind and consciousness to focus and be in alignment with the same thing. If you want your spirit to be aligned with your soul, then it's going to do that, but it's going to be hard because, like I said, the spirit knows all things. And the only way that you are going to get your spirit to align with your soul is that you're going to have to completely denounce the spirit part of you. The spirit aspect of you, you're going to have to completely denounce it. And your body is going to have to go along with the soul. But if you are not aware of what's going on, this is why a lot of people, they are always at conflict with themselves because they are debating with themselves because their higher self and they who they are at this current time, the soul and the spirit is at conflict. And the fact that you are a human being, you are a physical body, you are the one to make the ultimate decision. So it's like you playing tug of war. Your soul was here, your spirit is there. It's like good and evil. But your soul is not necessarily evil. Your soul is attached to this earthly body. It sees what it sees. It has desires. Your spirit knows what it needs, and it also has desires. So you have to make that ultimate decision on which one you are going to go with. So we don't need nobody to make this decision. We don't need the world. We don't even need God at this point. You need yourself. You have to figure this out within yourself. You have to make that ultimate decision, that ultimate choice. This is why 2025 is going to be an amazing year, because in this year, you are going to have to make some tough decisions, and you are going to either make that decision with your soul or you are going to make that decision with your spirit. But everything that we are about to come to in this year, including next year and the year before that, you are going to have to make tough decisions, even if it takes your life. You're going to have to live with that decision. You understand? And it takes you, because you are the God. You are the one that made these decisions. But whatever decisions that you make, always know that never say that you didn't know, because you were warned. So if you make the decision and you realize you fucked up, don't say, oh, I didn't know. You did know. You just wasn't paying attention. Everybody on this planet can see the same thing and gotten the opportunity to open up their consciousness. They just didn't want to, because maybe they wasn't ready. They just didn't want to, because maybe they felt they didn't need it. So when this time comes that you have to make these ultimate choices for your life, and you make the bad choice, don't say that you didn't know, because you did know. You did know. So I just want to let y'all know this. You don't need nobody to put you in a different reality. You don't need nobody to put you in an alternate universe. You don't need nobody to put you in another world. It takes you and you only. And that's how it's always been. And if you got children that is older, or you have children, believe me, if your children don't want to learn and they of age, it is nothing you can do with your children. Your children have their own lives. But what you can do is ask your source, ask your creator to protect your children. Because your children is living in a generation that is designed to keep you dumb, just like we was in the same generation. But this generation is a lot worse than the generation that I come from and the generation my parents come from. This generation that we are about to come into, it wants to take your free will entirely. It wants to take your freedom entirely, to where though you cannot think and you will not think. You won't even know how to think. This is the world that we are coming in today. And right now, while we are still able to think, while we are still able to use our minds, while we are still able to use our free will, this is now the time to learn and educate yourself. Because when they get to that point, when they take everything, you got to give them permission for them to take everything. When they take your mind and take your free will and take your consciousness and take your ability to be free, they can't take it from you. They can't snatch it from you. You have to willingly give it to them. That's something that they're not going to tell you. They're never going to force you to do anything. You have your free will to say, you can take it or I'm keeping it. And whatever consequences that you suffer, if you decide that you want to keep your consciousness, you want to keep your soul, you want to keep your spirit, it's going to be a hard consciousness, because that is your power. And that is your key to get the fuck up out of here. If you keep what your creator and your source gave you. If you let it go, then you're going to be here. And whatever happens here, it was your own personal decision. And that goes with life. You live in life the way you live in it. You in an unhappy relationship. You in an unhappy job. You just doing things that's not bringing out the best in you. You doing things that you really don't want to do. And nobody telling you to do those things. You doing it because you want to do it. And then when you finally see people that is living their best life, they doing what they want to do because they saw what was fitting for them. So don't be mad at the world because of the choices you make. Don't be mad at the people around you because of the choices you made. You made that decision to be around those people. You made that decision. If you want to get out of something, then just leave. Get out of the situation. As of 2025 and beyond, do what is best for you. Do what is best for your spirit. Do what makes you happy and what makes you satisfied and what motivates you to get up. What motivates you to be a better person. If you're doing things that is not making you do that, then you shouldn't be doing it. Find ways and new ideas and new thoughts and new places and people and things to get you to be happy and satisfied. So when you get into that next life, you're going to be ready for it. Because right now, this world is not designed to teach us about our higher selves. at all.